Hey everybody out there in Webland, it's me again, Luce Cabra, VP33.com, and yes, what you're reading on my shirt is correct, Hillary. There we go. Here to talk to you about the Democratic convention. RNC convention was a week before, not too much. Not even protests outside weren't that bad. Why? Because it's an open carry state, so people were walking around with guns. Quelled that issue, did it not? Anyways, Democratic convention, way more interesting. So I'm like, cool, I waited a week, let's get all this information and just break it down. Now, what was up at the Democratic convention? The thing that I noticed straight up was, what's up with the no flags? You know, then I'm seeing memes on Facebook and the internet saying that, you know, Democrats are upset if they see the American flag and this and that. And I'm like, hello? Hillary's running for President of the United States. This is the flag of the United States? Are you people retarded? And yes, I can use that word. I checked with my mom. But they had walls outside the place. There was like 10 feet. Well, there were like zombies wandering around. Just a bunch of Bernie supporters and everybody else. A wall around the perimeter. Then you get inside, and before you get to the stage, you see this blue wall too. And I'm like, wow, they're bashing Trump for wanting to build a wall, but these guys got walls all over the place. And then voter registration and then ID. Well, they had signs up over at the Democratic convention. You had to show your ID if you're a delegate so that they can know exactly who you are so you get your passes and stuff. Wow, ID to prove that you're a delegate, but you don't need an ID to vote. That goes, you know, back and forth. I mean, really back and forth. Anyway, Trump, emails came out. WikiLeaks, big deal, huge deal. People lost their jobs. Well, not really lost their jobs, but they got moved to other jobs, I guess. And it's so funny because you see mainstream media know that it's Mark's stream media for the simple fact that they weren't even talking about the content of the emails. They were saying the Russians did it, the Russians did it, the Russians did it. And you're like, what the hell are they talking about? What was in those emails? Well, you go online, you can look that shit up. And you're like, oh, that's why. Gee, do you think the mainstream media is in favor of Hillary or Trump? Watch CBS News in the morning. Most entertaining program. I laugh every day. Check it out. Because they're swaying everything, playing Trump down, bringing Hillary up, even though, you know, this is everywhere. Come on, man, wake up. Anyways, you know, Trump, he's involved in espionage. And you're like, what the hell are they talking about? Here's some memes for you. I'll be right back. And then, okay, one of the weirder videos I saw, I think it was on Wednesday, July the 27th. This is Saturday, the 30th. We got one day to go in July. Taped it because I wanted to see what the news was like last night through the night and this morning. But one of the weirdest videos that I saw, and I bet you guys saw it too on the internet, and no, it wasn't them, you know, playing with balloons because they looked like a bunch of mentally challenged people. And they even looked afraid. What the hell is that about? Anyways, Democratic convention. Outside, there was big protests against Hillary. But these were coming from the Black Lives Matter group. Now check this out. I saw the video. They're just marching along and they're shouting, "Don't vote for Hillary. She's killing black people. Don't vote for Hillary. She's killing black people." Now the BLM has turned on Hillary. And they say it was because of the emails that you're not really going to see in the mainstream media. Because no. Because the Russians did it. The Russians hacked her, man. But what was in the emails? Go check it out. Because you can go check it out. Hold on, what's the next? Another problem that I saw, and that popped up on the internet too, but not in the news, was the fact that Bernie supporters, they left. They gone. Because, you know, now it's pretty much official. If you're not stupid, you know she stole it all from Bernie. I mean, hell, this guy's having rallies with 35,000 people, you know, and she's having town hall meetings. Hillary's having town hall meetings because she can't get no more than 400 people to show up. That's when you really start wondering what's really going on. And what I do is I ask people stuff all the time, and I have yet to find one person that's going to vote for Hillary. That's very strange. I'm not saying that they're not out there. It's just very weird how Bernie supports, his supporters leave, and then they start bussing people in to fill seats up. They didn't have to do that at the Republican National Convention, but they certainly had to do it at the Democratic National Convention. Here's some more memes for you. And we're back. Something else that was in the news this past week was the FDA warning people that supplements might not be safe. It's a big deal on CBS Morning News or CBS Entertainment News. Remember, supplements may not be safe for you. And they were citing a young kid that died from taking caffeine powder, which, you know, you got to be cool with that, and it's like everything else. You know, you drink too much coffee, you're going to run into problems. But these are powders that you use to give you energy and stuff like that. There's stuff out there. But just because one kid died, you know, you don't start raising questions about it. It's about educating the public, of course. I'm not saying don't do that. However, this reminds me of back in the day when the FDA banned ephedra. Remember? Because it was linked to 14 deaths. And that was a big old deal. And then it went to federal court, and federal court decided the FDA can't ban anything. It doesn't have the authority to ban anything. And this is the same time I'm saying they're banning ephedra, yet its counterpart, ephedrine, that you can make in a lab, they were selling Circle K, 7-Eleven, and it was like 5 of those little tablets for $1.99, and they pick you right up. So you'd have access to that, but the natural form of ephedrine, which is ephedra, no. And which is funny is, after that got shot down, ephedra came creeping back to the supplement market, but you didn't really hear all the hoopla and stuff about the FDA can't ban anything. And the thing I always say about the FDA is, if they would just do their job, which they don't. Again, what you want to see is prescription thugs. It's on Netflix. You can look it up. Chris Bell did that. But prescription thugs, I keep telling you, check that out. It'll tell you more about prescriptions and everything else like that. But the fact that you keep seeing commercials like, this drug wasn't safe. This vaginal mesh might kill you. The FDA is warning people. Well, should it go through clinical trials through the FDA so they can approve it for use with the public? Oh, wait. They do. They did. Okay? So what's the deal with that? Supplements unsafe? Drugs unsafe? We know that. We're not stupid. We'll be right back. Here's some memes for you. Oh, and I forgot. Zika news. 4 documented cases, in Florida out of 380 million people living in the United States. You know what we got to say about that? Now I'm going to keep putting this meme up until everybody gets what I'm saying. Don't buy the lie. And last but not least, before we go, at least the RNC is over. The DNC is over. The only thing left for these two candidates to do, again, you know, Hillary's not the only female running. I voted for Jill Stein for years, and I'm probably going to vote for her again. Why? Well, you know why, because it's at the end of the segment. That little meme that comes up, I sell t-shirts like that. Check this out. Now the debates can begin. And I do agree with Roger Stone, which I like his books, I like the way he writes, is the fact that Hillary's not going to survive a debate with Trump because he's going to bring up so much stuff that she's going to have to answer for in front of everybody. They can't cut away to a commercial. They can't cut off his microphone. She's going to have to answer for certain things. Because remember, career politician. And she's talking about creating jobs and this and that. And she's part of the very system, okay, because she's been part of the very system for like 30 years. Part of that very system that made the jobs go away. She was part of the very system that did not raise the minimum wage. And again, don't be so dismissive. They're talking about $15. Trump's talking about $10. Obama talking about $10. It's still not enough money, okay? But what we must not do is, there's people trying to scrape by. So it's not going to cost people jobs. We have to look at it overall, but at the same time, you can't use that as an excuse not to raise the minimum wage, because that's nonsense. You know, and again, if you're doing better than that, you can say, oh, well, you know, don't be so dismissive about it, because that might be you. We have to take care of our own in America. But like I said, Hillary, track record as a senator, not good at all. The worst Secretary of State of all time? Trump's made that statement, but if you look stuff up, yes, yes, yes. Well, I gotta go. I'll see you next week for sure. Keep watching VoxPop33.com. I'm Lucia Cabra, VoxPop33.com. I'll see you guys later. Bye. I'm out.